Hi, welcome to my channel. I'm Beatrix Snyman from Beatrix Designs. Here you will learn how to master Tunisian crochet and much more. If you don't want to miss anything, remember to subscribe and hit the bell, or you can visit my website at www.beatrixdesigns.co.za. Enjoy! Today we will have a look at the reverse single crochet, which is American terminology, or otherwise in British terminology it will be known as the reverse double crochet. It's also known as the crab stitch. This stitch gives the appearance of a twisted cord and is mainly worked on the edge of a piece to provide a sturdy, visually attractive finish. It can also be used as surface texture, and I will show you how to accomplish that in a bit. This stitch can be worked in two different ways, and the first method that I will show you is what its name refers to, and it is traditionally worked in a reverse manner, which means that you will start in the opposite end of your work and crochet into the opposite direction of what you will normally do. From there the name reverse stitch. It is also worked best when it's done in a single crochet stitch than any other stitch. Now let me first demonstrate to you this first method, then we will move on to the next method that I will explain to you in a bit. I will start with my slip knot, and this is the way that I am doing my slip knot, with my short tail in the front and the working yarn to the back of my hook. Give it a twist to the front of the hook, and I yarn over with a working yarn and just pull up a loop. I will pull it tight, and then I will insert the hook into the first stitch that I will start, which is obviously now on the opposite end of where I will normally start working. I will yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and complete a single crochet stitch. Now I will start with the reverse single crochet in the next stitch by inserting my hook into the stitch, and then here I will yarn over. But there are two ways that I can do my yarn over. I can either yarn over or do a hook over yarn, depending on what method will be the easiest for you. Now yarning over is what I'm doing here, and I will grab the yarn, pull up a loop, and then complete this stitch. Now doing a hook over yarn is where I insert the hook into the next stitch, obviously still into the opposite direction what I will normally work, and then just grab the yarn there at the back. You can see that I put the hook over the yarn and just grab it to pull up a loop, yarn over, and complete a single crochet. Now the only difference, if you can see this very closely, is that when I yarn over the hook, it gives that loop that I pull up a little bit more of a twist, which add to the twisted look of the hook of this stitch. Whereas I hook over yarn, it will have slightly a bit less of a twist, but it is so slight that it doesn't really make any much of a difference, except if you play around and decide on what method you might prefer. Now let me demonstrate again to you how this stitch is done. You insert your hook into this next stitch, you will yarn over and pull up a loop. Now when you pull up the loop, make sure that the loop that you pulled up is on the front of the initial loop that was on the hook. just as in your normal conventional crochet stitches that you make. Whenever it is a double crochet, single crochet, or any other, I will yarn over and pull through those 2 loops that's on my hook. Now I will continue in this way. I prefer to hook over yarn. It's just easier for me because, as you saw, sometimes my yarn over the hook slips off my hook. So if I just insert the hook, grab onto the yarn and pull up that loop, it's just much easier for me to create this stitch. Now I will complete this up to the end, and then I will show you how to bind off if I completed the stitch on the end that I would have initially start my normal crochet. And there is my last stitch, and there you go. Now you can see it gives that twisted look with these tiny knobs on the edge. Now you won't be able to crochet in this stitch, as you can see, but I'm sure that if you are a rule breaker, you will find a way to work in this. But you can go and try and experiment and see what it will look like and what you will end up. Maybe you will find a different stitch type to create, or stitch pattern, which can make a nice appearance. But this is the traditional reverse single crochet stitch and the way that it's worked. Now to bind off, I will just cut my yarn over and pull it through, and I will sew away my end. Now the second method that I want to show you how to create the same appearance of this reverse single crochet is, I will just work on the opposite end of this piece of mine, is to start in the end where I will normally do, and I will work into the direction that I will normally crochet. So depending on whether you're left-handed or right-handed, you will work this stitch on the second method in the normal direction that you will work your other crochet stitches. I will start with a slip knot again, and I will start with a standing single crochet. But before I do my last yarn over to pull through the 2 loops on my hook, I will give these a twist. I will twist it to the outside and bring my work again back into my working position. I will yarn over and pull up a loop. Into the next stitch, insert my hook, yarn over, pull up the loop, give it a twist, yarn over, and complete my stitch. Insert my hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, give it a twist. Can you see the way and direction that I give it a twist? To the outside, from the front, I bring my hook into in the front of my work, and to the back with a twist, yarn over, and pull up the loop. Let me work a few stitches so that you can see what happened here. insert, twist, yarn over, pull up, insert, yarn over, twist, yarn over, and pull. Now the difference between this method and the traditional crab stitch or reverse single crochet method is just the direction in which these stitches are lying. The reverse single crochet in the opposite direction will lie into that opposite direction that you are working, but with the alternative method it will lie in the forward direction that you will normally do your crochet work. Let me make a few more of these stitches. Twist, yarn over, pull up, insert, yarn over, twist, yarn over, complete the single crochet. Insert, yarn over, twist, and complete. And this is the alternative method of working my reversed single crochet. And when I come to the end, binding off, I will also cut the yarn, pull it out, and just sew away my yarn tail. And there you go. This is the alternative method, lying in the direction that I will work normally, and this is the traditional crab stitch reverse single crochet, which is work in the opposite direction that I will normally work. Now these are to complete your edges or to work it on the edge of your piece, but I want to show you something else that you can do with this stitch, and that is to use it as a surface texture. Now what I will do is, when I do conventional crochet, even though this is a piece of Tunisian crochet, you will have your front loop and your back loop of your stitch. It will look like this. And what I will do, and I can show you here, I did it on this edge. I work only in the front loop of my work, so that my back loop will be left unworked. And what you will do then is to use it as a surface texture. I will continue to work whatever stitch I want in that back loop that is exposed at the back. I'm just working double crochet stitches here to show you what I mean. And I'm working in that back loop that I left unworked. And this is what happens now. Here I worked double crochet stitches at the back, and the reverse single crochet is here on the front, and it gives some texture appearance on the front of my work. And these are the different ways of working the reverse single crochet, and also ways that you can use it and incorporate it into your crochet work. I hope you enjoyed this video and that you found it helpful, and yeah, until next time, thank you. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you found anything valuable, please share this with your crochet friends. Also, you can leave a comment if there's anything that you would like to see in the future, and remember to subscribe. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.